This is the 2017 Volvo XC90. Specifically, it's the T6 Inscription Edition, which means there's a third row and you can fit 7 people inside this luxury SUV. Hey everyone, I'm Josh Smith with GottaBeMobile.com. Let's take a ride. The 2017 Volvo XC90 is very comfortable to drive. There's enough power when you need it, and we really appreciate the array of driving modes that allow you to match road conditions and your driver preferences, specifically the dynamic mode, which gives you more power for a little more thrilling ride. There's a lot of personalization so that you don't have to change settings every time you do get in the car. We put this car through its paces in snow, a little spirited driving on some country roads, and taking our in-laws out to dinner. And it drives like a much smaller vehicle. The response is pretty quick, and overall there's a pleasing ride even with the 21-inch wheels. That's likely in part to the air suspension that's active in the comfort driving mode. You can also configure that to lower the car when you park for easier entry and exit. For 2017, Volvo upgrades the Pilot Assist, so you're able to drive without really driving. It's nearly autonomous driving. It takes a lot of the stress out of paying attention to everything that's happening on the road, and combined with sensors that will slow you down and even bring you to a stop. You can't completely zone out in this mode, and you do need to keep your hands on the wheel, but it's a feature that we really like. One thing we didn't like is the auto start-stop feature is quite jarring, and there are times when it feels really slow to start back up. You can turn this off, but it's not a driver preference that's saved, so you'll need to turn this off every time you do get into the car. One really handy feature is that in addition to helping you parallel park, like many cars do, there's actually a park out option that will help get you out of that tight parking spot as well. Now, when you're driving at night, the LED headlights are very impressive, and one thing that we do like is they will turn with your wheel to keep the area that you're heading into illuminated, not shining off of a curve into an area where you don't really care what is going on. I think boxy when you hear the name Volvo, but the 2017 XC90 is anything but boxy. Somehow Volvo manages to retain a distinctly Volvo look while making this luxury SUV look a lot more sleek. From the exterior, you have great looks from all angles, and as we walk around, you'll notice that this definitely looks like a modern luxury SUV, no matter where you're coming at the car from. Now let's take a look inside the 2017 Volvo XC90 to see where the luxury really begins. You do have a lot of cargo space in this vehicle, especially with the third row down. Now, as you get to the front 2 rows, that's where things really start to come together. We really love this walnut wood grain that's throughout the entire vehicle. From the leather to the seats and the fit and finish of everything in the 2017 Volvo XC90, you really end up in a very luxurious vehicle. You'd be surprised to see this same style interior at this same luxurious grade in a much more expensive vehicle. The driver and passenger seats are both very comfortable, and you can control many options, including the bolster, a waterfall off the front, and there's massage features. All in all, these are some of the most comfortable car seats that we've used, and the customization options, as well as the option to use heated or ventilated, will keep you and your passengers comfortable. In the rear seat, you'll also find options for heated seats. The middle row is quite comfortable and is more than spacious enough to take 2 adults on a longer trip, maybe even squeeze a third one into the middle in a pinch. When it comes to the third row, you can put 2 adults back there for a very short trip, but this is really designed for kids. There's definitely more leg room in this third row than we've seen on some other SUVs of this size. The 9-inch touchscreen on the dash of the 2017 XC90 is in portrait orientation, so it works much like a tablet. The Sense's infotainment system is really great. You have support for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and if you swipe to the left, you have access to a lot of car safety features that you can turn on and off. There's a 360-degree camera system. You can tap on any camera to see a more detailed view, and this is also where you can operate the park in and park out options. You swipe left or right to access different parts of this. If you love listening to music in the car, make sure you spring for the Bowers & Wilkins sound system. You can choose a concert hall modeled after a concert hall nearby Volvo, and it sounds amazing. There's other options you can choose from. There's so many speakers throughout the car. It really envelops you in sound. Now, in addition to that, you're going to be able to listen from a variety of sources because there's built-in apps, including Spotify, that can stream over the car's LTE connection. You can use an app to check the fuel level, start your car, lock and unlock doors, and more. If you have the shade open on the panoramic moonroof, it will automatically close when it gets too hot. In addition to that nearly autonomous driving experience that Pilot Assist delivers, you have safety technology that can detect cars, pedestrians, cyclists, and even large animals. The car will automatically brake if it detects a large animal in the road. There's runoff road mitigation that will help steer you back on the road if sensors detect you're about to drive off the road. Lane keeping assist, radar cruise control, as well as those smart LED headlights we talked about round out the safety experience. Head over to GottaBeMobile.com to find out more about why we love the Volvo XC90.